Have you heard of the story of David and Goliath? I'm sure you have. It's a wonderful story that talks about faith, courage, power, and God delivering his people. David was a shepherd. He went to bring some food to his brothers at his father's request. And when he got there, he heard this loudmouth giant mocking God, mocking God's people, and challenging anybody to a fight. And he's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Aren't we God's people? Why isn't anybody going out here? What's going to happen to God's people if we allow this to happen? Who's going to go down there and fight this guy? And everybody's kind of like, no, nobody wants to go. King Saul was the tallest among all of the Israelites, and he wasn't going. He was afraid to go too. So finally, after a few things, he gets into King Saul's presence and says, I'll go fight this guy. And Saul says, well, look, I understand that you're enthusiastic for God. I'm dramatizing here. And that you really want to go there and beat this guy. But listen, you're just a kid. This guy's been a warrior, a soldier from the time he could fight. So let's not just go on your way, and it's okay. We'll take care of this. And he persists. So finally, King Saul says, all right, here you go, take my armor and go and fight this guy. And probably thinking, this is going to be sad. Now we're going to have to fight. Now we're going to have to do something. We can't just sit here, but we got to do something. So let this kid go. So finally, David goes, I don't know how far he went, but he realizes, I can't do this with this armor. This is not natural. This is not me. This is not how God has blessed me in the past. So he comes back, and I'm sure King Saul was thinking, hey, did you change your mind? I understand. We sympathize with you because we feel the same way. But he says, no, I can't fight with this armor. I need to go the way that I'm used to fighting. And of course, he had told the king that he had fought against a bear and a lion, and he defeated them. And he says that, this Philistine is going to be like one of those, dead. So he decides to go out. He gets himself these stones for a slingshot, and he goes out there, and Goliath is angry as could be. How dare you send me this kid to fight with me? You're trying to mock me and make fun of me? And he's telling David, I'm going to take your head off and you're going to be food for the birds, or however he cursed him out. And David said, you're going down. God of Israel, whom you defied, is going to take you down, and I'm the one that's going to do it. And he did just that. He took one of those stones, put it in a slingshot, and flung it, and hit that big giant right in the forehead. And that poor guy fell down flat on his face, was out cold. And then David went and grabbed his sword, and that was it for him. It was over. Then the children of Israel became courageous. They're like, oh, wow, the champion is gone. Now we can fight. We're the tough guys now. And they all joined in and went after the Philistines and defeated them. So we have Goliaths in our lives. You've all heard this saying before, but the Goliaths that we have in our lives are not as easily defeated as that one giant. All it took was one stone carried through the air by the power of a holy angel to put that man down and David to take his head off. But for us, we have a persistent Goliath that fights us every single day. We know him as Satan, and he's continually fighting us, and we have to be continually resisting and using our smooth stones to defeat him. What are our smooth stones? Right? What are the smooth stones? Okay, you want to know what they are? They are what we receive from God in our hearts. That is a love for God, a love for his law, a love for his people. the law of love. That's what we need to take and defeat him with. The tables of stone that Moses received, God wrote his law on them. And the Old Testament, and it's repeated in the New Testament, that God would write his law on our hearts. And those are the smooth stones that we need to take every day. Jesus said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. That's what happened at Mount Sinai when God gave the children of Israel the commandments, right? The law. And so those are the smooth stones that we must have in our hearts to fight against the Satan character that attacks us every day. Not only do we need to have that in our heart, but we need to have what the Bible calls the breastplate of righteousness covering our hearts. That means Jesus' righteousness is in us, and we can live a life according to God's will. We have to have the helmet of salvation, knowing that what Jesus has done, and we exercising our faith in him, can have the victory, will have the victory. It's not a doubt, it's a yes, it is, because yes, he has done what he said he would do, and I believe, I accept, I commit, I enter into a covenant with the Lord. And there are others that you'll find in the book of Ephesians, the armor that we need to put on in order to fight every single day. And one that is the best way, I believe, to overcome, and says it in, I think it's the book of James. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. So instead of doing the things that we're being tempted to do, make a choice right then and there to switch that around and do something good. Right? If you're tempted to, let's say, overeat, that's a temptation a lot of us may have, then say, well, no, I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to go anymore. And how can I do good? Well, take that extra piece of dessert that you have and give it to somebody else. Simple little solution. Things like that. And this is how we daily, in the little things, fight the giant. And the giant is getting weaker and weaker as we continue to get stronger and stronger by the grace of God. Don't allow yourself to think that it takes only one time for you to defeat the devil, because if you do, he's already got you. So, pray. We need wisdom, we need power, we need grace, and it's all available to us. God is just willing, waiting for us to ask. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I hope this has been a blessing to you. Please like, subscribe, and share this so others can be blessed like you. Bye-bye.